so fake and like who gets like fall into this?
Right? I've had a few of those, or I've had like my Korean, for some reason Korean Facebook has my name as a Korean name.
No, it does that, yeah.
Lee Min Young,
Depending
but
on
my
the
Korean
location.
name, Lee Min Young.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's not even in
So
my
cool.
Korean English name.
이민영.
Lee Min Young is my Korean.
So 오늘부터 이민영입니다.
But
K라는 거.
recently I've had a few people like message, and I look at their picture and think, I think that they're old students I had, but I've been teaching in Korea for 14 years.
Yeah.
I've had 14 years worth of, like, that's thousands of students.
That's a lot.
And like, I'm like, you look like my student like 10 years ago. Oh, in my face. Oh! We broke it!
Not broken. No, you can just tighten it.
Whoa! She didn't break it. 약속. 네. But yeah, like, I was looking at her picture, and then I was like, do I message her and tell her that I think I may have forgotten her? Because obviously she would have been in grade 6 like 10 years ago, so now she's like probably well finished university. So I sent a little message. I was like, so did you used to go to this English academy, or maybe this one, or maybe this one? That actually happened to me though. I was walking down the street, and this boy stopped me. He was like, oh, Kayla teacher, oh, it's been so long. Oh, how are you? And I was like, who are you?
That happens.
I'm like, I'm great. No, I'm fine. And then towards the end, he's like, I still go by Evan. I was like, oh.
Right.
But he gained probably about 2 feet of height. And,
Of course.
right? You need a pencil? A pen?
Yeah.
I did, though. I had one student, and he was gone for about 6 months. He went to the Philippines to teach English. He came back to our academy, and I kid you not, he'd grown about 2 feet. He was up to my shoulder when he left Korea. And when I don't know what they're feeding him there, but when he came back, I actually had to tip my head up to look at him. He's probably now about, I'd say about 184 centimeters. He's one tall guy. And I'm always like, what? 누구세요?
Yeah, those are the people that I if my eye level is at their chest.
The belly button?
Like between belly button and chest.
Wow, you've really filled out. Oh, there you are.
The sky's the limit.
But I think that's what's going to happen to my son, too, because when he left, he was about my armpit. He was, like, pictures I have of him with my mom, he's about 1.5 inches under my mom's chin, and now he's almost as tall as my mom. So I feel like he'll come back, and I'll be like, who are you? What did you do with my little baby? 누구세요?
누구십니까?
몰라. I don't know who I am, okay? Elvis, that might didn't like you.
No, that one's still good.
Oh, that's like big 3, so like, I don't know.
That's a big 3. He's the big 3.
For the big
Juggin
man.
3.
Big baby.
Big man. Big baby.
Big baby.
I miss pencil.
Wait.
What?
Pencil.
Wait, what? I'm a little bit lost.
I hope he's there today.
Pengsu Appa?
Yeah.
Oh, Pengsu Oppa.
See?
Well, put us on.
Oh, wait, I forgot to advertise today.
How rude, April.
Oh, no, that's why there's only 2 people.
April woke up listening to good music.
Good music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see.
Yeah. No, that was when I was in the bus. Okay.
But I like taking the bus in the morning. Feels
Yeah.
good. Like 1 hour drive though.
I'll be the first to comment. That's right, isn't it? Grammatically? 여러분.
With the heart.
It's because I love our listeners. Fling, fling.
Yeah.
I do that out the window because my son walks to school in the morning while I drive past to go to the radio station, and I'll scream out the window, "Ata sarang!" with my hand, and then everybody stops and turns, and he's all like,
Oh.
"I love you, mommy."
Oh, so cute.
Oh, yeah, at least he replies.
Yeah. Oh, he does. Because then my daughter will scream out the window, "Don't fight with your friends. Listen to your teachers." She's 3. She already knows. Training her young.
So cute.
Upload.
Yeah, upload.
안녕. 안녕. 뭐? honey.
By the way, you never read this part.
Oh. Do I have to? Like, I never knew that I had to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wale.
Oh, really? Should I do it today?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's mix things up. Let's shake it. Let's be spicy.
I always want to tell you, but I always forget immediately you finish reading.
Oh. You should have told me.
I always want to tell you.
Yeah, you should tell
Maum
her.
is Maum.
Which
If she
mom?
doesn't, then you should have just jumped in there and been like, oh,
우리가
우리가.
Yeah, I should have
우리가
done
뭐
that.
하는지 궁금하신
Oh, can you
분들은
do it
And
today?
exactly like that.
검색창에 채널지에 팬을 검색하셔서 지금 라이브 스트리밍으로 확인하세요.
You should do it like that.
You should exactly do that.
Yeah, can you do that?
That would actually be kind of fun.
엘비스 그거 신청해. 원리스.
응?
그 원리스. K-pop 콘테스트.
Yes, the
Ooh.
oneness K-pop. You should totally enter. I would cheer for you.
I would too.
Yeah, you could totally do it.
Are you gonna do this?
No.
네, 네, 준비. 해봐.
Should I do it?
Here we go. Here's your daily quiz reminder, listeners. You still have a chance to answer our quiz question. Send those answers into pound 9870 for your chance to win one of our awesome prizes. Now, we had a very cool cultural news today. We found out that Korean animations are meeting with Ecuadorian animations have hit the airwaves into the Korean embassy in Quito. The country's state-run Ecuador TV has been airing Korean animations since last month. That means Pororo the little penguin and Tayo the little bus are being broadcast on the state television every day at 9:30 a.m. for 60 minutes. Now, this is the first time for Korean animations to be aired, which is pretty amazing, and was made possible through an agreement between Arirang TV and the Ecuador TV. The Korean embassy in Quito also said that these animations do seem to be garnering positive reviews from the audience. The television station is airing reruns of past episodes. So today's quiz question, listeners, is what kind of animal is Pororo? You remember he's blue, he has like a yellow kind of hat, he's got like these red aviation glasses, he's got little yellow gloves, but nothing on his little flippery feet. Your choices are A, rabbit, B, penguin, or C, tiger. If you know the answer, pick up your phone, text us right now to pound 9870. Or text will cost you 51, a longer text will cost you 101. But sending in the right answer, you have a chance to win lovely prizes, which include a gift certificate to Bidgal Women's Hospital, a 10,001 gift card to Bakery Ericsson in Yangwon, and department store gift voucher sponsored by Metafil Center. Up next is part 3 and 4, where you and we are you doing. Let's meet together live on NotTube on channel GFN. Keep it tuned here to GFN, 98.7 FM in Gwangju, 93.7 FM in Yasu.
Kayla, Kayla, what are you doing?
We're dancing.
Kayla, what are you doing?
Yummy! Throughout history, humans have been curious about the world around them. We are almost always doing, seeing, making, or thinking about something. Now, our curious nature leads us to ask our friends, family, neighbors, and acquaintances, what are you doing? Join us to find out. In the studio, I'm your host, Kayla Nichols, and welcome now to What Are You Doing? Good morning, everyone. 안녕하세요, 여러분.
Morning. Yeah.
오늘 괜찮아요? 아니면 덥다? 아니면 피곤해요?
둘 다요.
더운데 좋죠.
정말
더워 죽겠습니다.
진짜 덥다. When I was coming in the car said it was like 9 a.m. and the car said 28 degrees, 28도. 나는 생각해, 뭐라고? 잠 자고 필요해? 그래, 집에 가요, 잠 자요. But I cannot sleep for the next month and a half, so until the cooler weather.
Yeah.
Frank, how are you doing today?
Summer to me is always, I can't say uncomfortable,
Oh,
because I'm experiencing the types of temperatures I've never experienced
맞아요.
back home in Rwanda.
Right.
because I've never seen. I think we've never had some temperatures over 30.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it kind of annoys me, but
Mm.
I drink a lot of water
맞아요.
and a lot of coffee. That's good.
But coffee is a diuretic, just so you know. So it
Yeah.
makes you have to go to the bathroom. So don't drink too much coffee.
Yeah.
조심해 커피 먹어요.
Actually, I'm a kind of coffee drink who drinks 1 cup of coffee and maybe 1 liter of water.
Oh, that's
I
not
I
bad.
try
that's
to
not
maintain
bad.
the balance.
Right.
Yeah. But it's
Okay.
It's good.
알았어.
Yeah.
Frank, sorry. Elvis,
Oh.
how are you doing?
I'm-
Because I'm looking at Frank, so I'm like,
Yeah.
Elvis,
I know.
with the cool hair today. How you
Oh,
doing?
Yeah, thank you. I'm doing awesome. I'm doing great. Yeah, despite the hot weather.
Oh,
You know, I saw this meme the other day. Like a kid was crying, "Oh, the hottest summer in my life," and then like an older person was like, "This is the coldest summer for the rest of your life."
Oh, that's
Aw,
true.
That's so sad.
right.
Absolute
so
truth.
Yeah, it's so sad to see such a thing. Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe not though.
Mhm.
Maybe we could turn that around. That'd
Yeah.
be great.
hope
But
so.
it will be hard.
I'm okay. Like 30도 괜찮아요.
Mhm.
습기 없어요.
Yeah.
하지만
Yeah.
습기 있어요. 나는
Big difference.
안 돼요.
Mhm.
그만해.
네.
하고 싶은데
Mhm.
눈 아파요, 머리 아파요. Like
Mhm.
even your 피부, like 담
네,
있어요.
네.
You ever had your eyelids sweat?
Oh, no.
That is so hot when it's like running into your eyelids
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Burning your
Ah!
eyes.
맞아요.
And
It's
it
like,
burns.
right? It burns. And then 왜 울지 해요? 안 돼요. 담 있어. 아, 어떡해.
Yeah.
And if the mask,
Oh no,
Oh.
you just suck it into the mouth.
Oh.
Salty.
oh,
Getting some minerals there.
Well, what do you do? Use your mask to like dry it up,
Well, I sometimes do
pull it
that.
out with the shirt underneath. Okay.
oh.
On the
I will carry extra mask.
t-shirt. Oh, that's true. I do
In
change my
case
mask
Yeah.
very
If
often.
it gets wet, I remove it
Right.
and use another one.
Well done.
But this day working out has become a big problem because before you work out, you're already sweating.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
맞아요.
Mhm.
And it,
그래서 집에서 then mask 필요 없어.
집에서?
어,
아,
운동 집에서 mask
아,
필요 없어.
Mhm.
You don't need a
That's
mask
true.
to exercise at home, right?
Yeah.
But
TikTok then?
can.
TikTok.
Really?
I don't know. there's like a trend going
Namin
around on
tumisul
social
ka.
media where it's like I don't know, it's like a pelvic kind of thing.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I see
yeah,
that.
When I'm watching it, it just looks like they're like,
Uh.
doot, 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 doot. And I think, can
Namin
you really
tutusin ka.
exercise like that? My back hurts.
Yeah, it hurts your back
Kaya
just to tell you, yeah.
I think, yeah.
Oh, maybe. Okay, April, how are you today?
Like everyone else, it's really hot. Like, yeah, I was taking the bus here, and then on the bus they have the temperature like
Right.
like
Yeah,
seen
very
on the top,
Oh, mother.
and then it said 28, and I'm like, oh, that's not so bad when I was starting.
Was that in the car?
Maybe.
Beso?
And then after when I arrived, I checked the clock and it said 31.5, and I'm like,
wow.
oh my god, like it's not even an hour difference
Mm.
of the drive, and then like there's like
There's
Four
a huge, yeah.
4 degrees Celsius like higher, and I'm like, okay, it's gotta be a
Between
hot
like
day.
도시에서 and then like countryside,
Mhm.
산시구, there's like 2 or 3 difference
Yeah.
in degrees. It can be as much as
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Listeners, if you're out there and you're listening to us and you're hot, 제발 물 마실래. Please drink water, a lot of water. Don't go and exercise outside if you want to 운동하고 싶어요.
He's looking at me.
Yeah, right. Well, because, you know, I don't trust you not to go outside and be like, well, I don't want to be in the gym. I'm going to sweat anyway. I'll just exercise outside. So,
I'm not a homebody.
조심해. But of course, What Are You Doing does meet listeners in multiple ways. When our voices and music are coming out on the radio, the show is being live streamed right now on NawTube. Go on to NawTube, check out Channel GFN. Join us every Wednesday on NawTube, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. on the radio, 11 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. Please do not forget to click like and subscribe to Channel GFN so you don't miss a thing.
매주 수요일 11시에서 12시 GFN이 라디오뿐만 아니라 너튜브로도 여러분을 찾아갑니다. What are you doing? 이름하여
뭐하니? 우리가 뭐 하는지 궁금하신 분들은 너튜브 채널 검색창에 채널 GFN을 검색하셔서 지금 라이브 스트리밍을 확인하세요.
I liked it.
Yeah.
좋아, 좋아.
Okay.
So, do you gentlemen know what we're doing today other than being hot all crammed together in the studio?
imagining ourselves to be in another place.
Ding dong dang. That
so
is the correct answer.
It's so sad, but enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Right. It's been at least a year and a half, listeners, since any of us could actively participate in travel of the recreational kind other than travel of the necessity or essential kind, right?
Yeah.
People have had to cancel wedding destinations, they've had to cancel vacations, they've had to cancel world retirement trips. There's been so many places that people have wanted to go and haven't been able to. Or maybe because you've stayed home for so long due to global situation, you're thinking to yourself, oh, 가고 싶어요. 하지만 어디 가고 싶어요? We are here to give you some places where you might put on your list of places to travel when you are, say, fully vaccinated or able to get to and into and to these countries, right?
Yeah.
So why don't we start with a virtual trip to April? What country would you like to virtually trip us to?
Oh, so I was actually deciding on places in Korea.
Korea it is. All right.
Yes.
This will be easier to go to, listeners.
Yes.
Okay.
But still, like we still have COVID situation. A little bit
Yes.
more I guess bad than before.
Yeah, we're sort of into, what do you call it, a fourth wave,
Yes.
if you will. So please do not go immediately to the places that we're going to talk about today. And of course, with any place that you're going to, you will need to call ahead. You will need to check if the places are open, if they're accepting people, what the
Exactly.
restrictions are of each place, each country
Yes.
is before you travel. And again, maybe just put it off a little bit
Yeah.
Yeah.
till situation becomes a little bit better globally. Yay! Okay.
So yeah.
Alright. First place, April.
Yeah, this is just like my bucket list
Oh,
places.
yes.
So the first place that I want to go is Jeju-do, obviously.
Yay, Jeju-do.
And because it is summer, I really want to learn how to surf, like surfing. Oh, really? You tried it, right?
No. I tried to get up on the board, like just stand up. Forget surfing, just stand up. No, also, forget it. I'll drown and die. I've been eaten by sharks before.
Like,
I don't know
you
why. I just can't do it. I don't know if it's like if I find it too slippery or if our visitors or if our listeners go on to NawTube right now, check out Channel GFN. You can actually see two pictures that you have brought us today,
Yes.
April, of two beaches or a beach in the island.
So the first one is the map of where in Jeju-do places that you can surf.
Okay.
So there's about 5
Wow.
places.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. And so the one that I want to really go is 함덕 해수욕장
Okay.
because it's actually suitable for beginners.
Is it the one in the second picture?
Yeah, it's the second picture.
Okay.
It's
So
very
the second picture is
beautiful
where she
picture.
wants to go.
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, it's really pretty there. And if I am financially comfortable to do so, I really want to do the 한 달 살기.
Oh.
So like 1 month living in Jeju-do.
Me
I,
too.
I know a lot of people do that 한 달 살기 in Jeju-do just to get out of their busy schedules and lives.
Okay. Right.
But for me, just living in a different environment and meeting new people will be really special.
Yeah.
So like I really want to experience that.
I didn't even know you could just go for a month to live in Jeju-do.
Yeah, there's a lot of places that you can actually do it. Yeah.
Really? Well, looking at your picture of that beach, I
Mm-hmm.
could see myself spending a month at that beach.
Yeah,
Would
like
be-
going every day.
Right?
Yeah.
I still don't think I'll ever be able to learn to
I
to
really want to
surf.
try. Like I just want to try how difficult it is so that I can give up
Have
easily
you
or
ever been
you know.
Have you ever been snowboarding?
I love snowboarding.
Then
like-
I think you could
Okay.
surf.
Okay.
I can't get up on a snowboard. I don't understand why,
Oh,
but
okay.
if I'm like sitting and I
Mhm.
don't know, with my feet attached, I can't stand up.
Well, okay, yeah.
So I think
I
maybe
have no problem with that, so.
Right, I think maybe then you will have much better balance than
Oh,
I do
okay.
to get up on a surfboard.
I mean, like surfing is way more harder than snowboarding, I think, because there's no like
Right, there's
something
nothing-
to support
yeah.
your feet. So
Right.
it's literally just board and the and your feet. So
Right, but I imagine your balance, because you do need a certain amount of balance to be able to get
I
get
love-
up.
mm-hmm.
But I've got none apparently. I've got too much junk in the trunk, or
Junk in the trunk.
Not enough, maybe that's my problem. I don't know what the problem is, listeners, but I cannot get up either on a surfboard or on skis. Yeah. Let's just move on from my embarrassingness there. Okay, so is there any other place?
So the second place I want to visit in Korea is Ulleungdo and Dokdo. So I've been,
Patika?
yeah, I know. I've been to many places around Korea, but I've actually never been like on Ulleungdo or
Right.
Dokdo. And I heard that it is not the easiest place to get to, and
Right.
getting there can sometimes be really difficult because of the frequent weather changes. And so in Ulleungdo, there is this really cool lodge or villa that I want to stay if I get the chance, which kind of looks like the Sydney Opera House.
Oh,
Ooh,
that looks
that's
nice.
Yeah, in the
Beautiful.
Nuttube, you can see the picture.
Yeah,
Okay.
And apparently last year, it won the award for luxury villa resort from
I
from
could
the
see why.
yeah from the annual World Luxury Hotel Awards. Apparently,
So
there's
if
like
that's closer, you guys can
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. Oh.
it's at the edge of a like a cliff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
So wide.
Yeah,
I know it's really cool though.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Probably really really expensive, but like I mean, it's
if
a bucket
it's on a
list.
bucket list,
It
who-
will be worth it. Yeah.
It's worth to spend all your life savings.
right?
Lifesavers. I don't know about that. But yeah, it looks really amazing. So.
I would love Ulleungdo because I saw once, maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, they had like this, you know, those variety programs.
yeah.
1 day, 2 nights or something like
Mhm,
that.
mhm, mhm.
No. 1 night, 2
2
days.
nights, 2 day, 1
2
day,
days, 1 night, something like that, yes. And they had these, there was like a boardwalk they were going up and going around. And I thought, it's stunning. The
Yeah.
views of it were stunning. It looked so like full of nature, but also clean air.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, I'd love to go there. And then I was like, how do you get there? But it was like, oh. Not on my list of available things to do at the
It
moment.
might be worth it though with all the
Yes.
yeah.
But maybe also booked out solid because everyone else is like, I'm going to go somewhere not touristy full of people, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so gentlemen, what do you think of April's 2 destinations within Korea? Have you been there? Would you go there?
I've been to Jeju-do,
Yeah.
갔어요? 음.
particularly, but I want to go to Dokdo
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
Dokdo, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Not to the luxury villa, but
Yeah, just to land on it,
I'm
right?
not sure there are any like hotel-y type things on Dokdo Island. I know
Not on
people, some
Dokdo.
live on Dokdo, and there is a Korean-run emergency services
Yeah.
station on Dokdo.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a place. I mean, they do have some visitors who can go, as far as I'm aware. You
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get
you can.
special permission to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
You can.
But it's not a place where you go and
Not in Tokyo.
Relax.
vacation.
No.
But Ulleungdo is
Ulleungdo,
yes.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I just need to land there.
Yeah, the Tokyo, yeah, me too.
Have
I
my
just need to
legs there.
step 1 foot on Dokdo and be like,
I think
"I
you
went to
only have
Dokdo."
like 30 minutes to walk around Tokyo.
You're right,
Yeah.
right. And oh yeah, but you have to have special permission. Please
Yeah,
do
of
not.
course, yes.
Please do not take your own boat and try to go to Dokdo.
Oh,
You may
that
get
Shot.
Yeah. Okay. And Elvis, what about you?
I've been to Jeju before, that's for sure.
Right.
But I haven't tried the surfing thing. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if I want to. In
Oh.
Jeju, actually, I really want to try like maybe scuba diving or
No,
something.
scuba diving, yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah, and Doctor, of course, I want to go to Doctor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Let's go together.
Let's book Ulleungdo.
Yeah.
And
It'll be a long ride, but
that's okay. 괜찮아요.
What are you doing? Trip?
yeah, what are we doing
Yes.
trip?
Yeah, why not?
여러분, 우리 가요. Let's have a 만나요, a reunion in Ulleungdo.
Yeah.
We'll book out the whole resort for any of GFN listeners. And
Yeah.
we'll have one big barbecue, socially distanced with
Yeah.
masks and hand sanitizer. And maybe
Alright.
later.
Good.
Maybe later.
Maybe later. Okay, so who wants to go next?
Yeah, let's start with Kenya, right?
Elvis.
Kenya, okay.
Yeah. So most people, if they think about Kenya, they'll think about wild animals.
Okay.
Yeah, Kenya
Safari.
Kenya 가면 아주 다양한 그리고 많은 야생 동물 볼 수 있는 데요. So if you want to see maybe like lions, buffaloes, cheetahs, leopards, hyenas, you name it,
Wow.
you go
Is
to
it
Kenya.
bad that they do? Because I think that's my first
Oh.
reaction
Reaction.
when I think about Kenya.
Mhm.
Is Yes.
Animals,
Safaris or
yeah.
animals.
Exactly. So if you are thinking on going for safari, Kenya is the place to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with that in mind, the first place I want to introduce to you guys is the Nairobi National Park. Yeah. So if you look at the first picture on YouTube, it's actually that's Nairobi National Park.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can see like Nairobi is our capital city. So in the background you can see like the skyline of Nairobi and the tall buildings. So one interesting thing about this Nairobi National Park is that it's the closest park to a city.
A city.
I was
okay.
gonna say, you can see in your picture there's a giraffe with like a building
Yeah.
behind it.
Exactly.
Wow, that's so cool.
So it's like around 7 kilometers away. Yeah, from the city. So
That's really close.
yeah, I think worldwide it's the closest national park to a city. Yeah, so if you happen to be visiting Nairobi, you can easily access the Nairobi National Park and be able to enjoy maybe safari, or we also have like we have like an animal orphanage and
Orphanage?
yeah, animal orphanage. Yeah, for
It's
animals.
for animals whose
Yeah.
parents either were dead from poachers
Yeah, yeah.
or like.
I've seen like
illegal-
elephant orphanages.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
We have they have like different types of animals at the orphanage, and we also have the safari walk. And then if you go to Nairobi National Park itself, the animals just roam around freely.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
You need a
Wheelman.
tiger?
It's like circle of life
yeah,
living.
no, they're not
위험해요.
위험하죠. 왜냐면 가끔
어.
그 국립공원에서 그 동물 빠져나와요 이제 도시로.
Oh right.
So you have like on the news a lion walking around
Oh
in
my
the city.
goodness.
그래, 위험해.
It's like Canada with like
무서워.
the
moose,
bears.
but yeah,
Yeah,
well,
the
well,
moose.
okay.
Yeah.
Bears don't generally though.
Uh-huh.
So okay, yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
In
Yeah,
DC.
it actually
Right.
happens.
Yeah. So it's like similar.
Have you
Yeah.
ever met a lion in your life, like on the road?
On the road, no, because
So I feel like though a lion is far more like
Scarier, yeah.
yeah, people actually die.
Okay, yeah.
People
Thank
die.
God,
Yeah.
thank God you're alive.
Like we're in Korea.
yes, where there's no lions or bears at all.
Yeah, well, it happens. It's the way of life. Yeah, it's what I call fate. So Nairobi National Park, the first place I will recommend, totally recommend.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And looking at the diversity of the animals, in Kenya you can see the wildebeest a lot. So connected to the wildebeest, we now move to the second place, which is the Masai Mara National Park. Yeah, which is more to the southwest of Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a very vast like national park. Like in Kenya we call it Masai Mara, and when you go to Tanzania, there's also like a big extension of it, and it's called the Serengeti. If anyone might have heard of
I
it.
think Koreans know
Serengeti?
a lot of like
Serengeti.
heard of that
I thought
name.
Serengeti was in Kenya
Yeah, some people think
because
so.
they are kind of
Yeah,
close to
yeah,
one
they're-
It's
another.
only the border that separates them. So
Right.
in Tanzania it's Serengeti, in Kenya it's Masai Mara. And they are like one big whole national park because we have the wildebeest migration each year.
Right.
Yeah. So during the months of around July, August, we have these millions of wildebeest and zebras
Wow.
migrating
wow.
to Serengeti
That's
and
so
back.
That's a lot
Yeah.
more than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's actually the seventh wonder of Africa and the 10th one world wonder.
Oh.
Yeah. So many people go to see this wildebeest migration. Yeah, and it's a very dangerous journey for the wildebeest too, because they have to cross like the Mara River, which is a very big river,
Right.
infested by crocodiles.
I was gonna say, I think I've seen some
Yeah,
clips on nature
documentaries,
programs.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like National Geographic. and
Yeah.
And you're always like, don't do it, don't do it. I see
I
that.
know,
I go,
But they cross anyway.
Yeah.
Every year.
Wow.
Every year. Yeah.
twice a year?
Yeah, twice a year because they
Wow.
go
There
and
and
come
back,
back.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'd rather be a bird.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I know birds are still targeted and whatnot, but
Yeah, it's much safer
Right.
Yeah.
up there.
yeah.
Safer.
Yeah, it's much safer up there.
But when I think about Kenya, like Kenya, Tanzania, and if you tell somebody, oh, I'm going to Kenya or Tanzania, the only thing they think about is safari.
Exactly.
But safari, the word itself is Swahili, right?
Yeah, it's Swahili.
Safari,
Yeah.
which means a trip.
Yeah.
which means a trip.
It means a
means
trip,
a
but
trip.
now it's now a specific kind of trip where you
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
Right.
Go watch wild
Yeah,
animals.
watch wild animals. Yeah, go as close as you want.
But
Yeah.
when it comes to people maybe in Rwanda, when you talk about Kenya, like if you want to go to travel to Kenya, they think about Mombasa
Yeah, there
because
is that
it's all
too.
about trade, you know.
Mhm.
I think,
And
I
the
was gonna say, I
city-
think I've heard.
Mombasa,
Oh,
Yeah, it's a very popular place.
very
actually.
popular place.
Right.
Me too, I want to go there.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Mombasa.
right.
It's a very good place with beach,
Yeah.
Okay.
good hotels.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Actually, the next place I want to introduce is not Mombasa, but close to Mombasa, and it's called Lamu.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have the Lamu Old Town, which is a very historic town. It during like the trade before, like when the Arabs and the Persians and everyone was coming to Africa, this was a major trading point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so like this, like the most best preserved like coastal city since those times.
Right.
So and it's like a fusion of everything like Arabic, Chinese, Persian, European,
Very
African
cool.
building styles.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you go it, you can see very beautiful buildings.
Right.
Yeah. And it's right next to the sea, so that just adds to the
Right.
scenic
Really
view.
beautiful. Right?
Yeah. It's actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kako 싶어요,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Someday.
maybe as long as it's away from the lions.
Yeah. Lamu is okay.
That was okay.
is nearer to the sharks.
No, no.
That's another problem.
Thanks a lot for that. That's off my list. Listeners, we need to take a station break. We also need to take a quick song break. We will be back in the second half to talk more about some destinations around the world that we want to visit and they're special. Let's listen to a track first by Taeyeon. It's called 제주도의 푸른 밤. 푸른 밤.
See, Kayla goes to Kenya. She's on the road traveling in Nairobi. She meets a lion, a beautiful lion.
And it will kill me, no doubt.
He won't kill you.
I'll go swimming and a shark will take my leg. Then I will go on
God.
safari and a lion will finish me off. Do we have no commenters today,
Yeah.
or is there something wrong with my...
Not
There's
yet.
something wrong.
Not yet.
Because I haven't posted up an Instagram.
I did. I
story.
tagged you.
How rude!
For me, because my friends watches it. My
Aw.
friends watch it. So.
Really?
You can't post it now.
Usually, I was going to say, usually we have at least some commenters.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Pink Swakpa is upside.
Yeah.
Sleepy.
Sleeping.
It's hard.
It is hard. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, it's hard. I put this, you know those, in the cold, in wintertime, they're the clear bubble pop stuff on your windows.
Mm-hmm.
I found some black bubble stuff.
Oh.
So I put it up on my windows, on the inside, not the, where the sun is pane, but the inside one to like, because I don't have blackout curtains,
Right.
to make it cooler
Mm-hmm.
in my apartment.
Does it help?
Yeah,
Oh.
surprisingly, I was really surprised. The curtains in my bedroom are actually blankets.
Mm-hmm.
They're comforters for a bed.
Oh.
I hung them as blankets because they're thicker.
Yeah.
So there's probably about a 2-degree difference, even without the air conditioning on, between the bedroom and like the living room.
Yeah, I heard those help in the summer too.
Surprisingly, yes. Even in wintertime too.
Yeah. They hold the cool air in.
They do, yes. Little things to try and save money,
Yes.
right?
I'm good at
So I thought today
But-
we were introducing places that are like you want to go, like I want to go, but like you introduce like just
Attractions.
yeah.
I want to go.
Famous
I want to go.
That's
to-
where
Oh,
you
okay,
wanna go.
okay. You want to go too, okay.
It's an attraction that you have to go there.
I went to go to the city one, but not to the one where animals are all roaming around all
But
like.
that's like a feature of like national parks in Kenya and most African countries. The animals are just free.
Really? But
Like
in-
I would go there, but I
in
wouldn't go to
Rwanda,
a
they're
zoo.
not.
Then that's not
Oh
a national
yeah,
park. That's a
that's
zoo.
true. That's true.
I would
Like,
go to Canadian
there's a-
zoos because you
Sometimes
can
like,
barely see the animals.
One
They're like
in
far
some years,
off at the
you
back.
see like
Safety
oh,
first,
maybe
right?
a zebra
Yeah.
But I've
crossed
heard
and
some
went
like
out.
Yeah.
you know I've
But
heard
they are
some
normally in the same
stories
place
about there's
all the time.
you know the
Yeah,
terrible
that's why it's supposed to
African
be
lion
even for us
safari
to
and
Mhm, some
That's like it.
yeah.
bad things happening like
Right.
lions getting into cars and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
and
Like
Oh.
I've never
that's the owner guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
like I've never seen a lion
너무
Ingrown.
일시 너무 동시에 막 이렇게 한 거 아니야? 정렬한 거?
갑자기 조용해지면.
당황했잖아.
I've seen a lion in a zoo,
Yeah. In
But
a zoo, right?
they-
Me too, actually.
but they're not really like free. So
I saw one in Korea. In Daegu.
well,
In a zoo.
In a
I
zoo.
really don't like
It
Korean
was my
zoos.
first time to see a lion.
I was gonna say Family Land has in Gwangju has a zoo, and where I saw a lion, and it was like separated by like this little pane of glass, and I was like, thank God it's sleeping. I'm like, don't wake it up, don't make any noise.
Yeah.
Was it a glass?
It was like you walked into the enclosure area, like a room, and there was like a glass between it and the enclosure, but I thought it didn't look like sturdy glass to me.
The place where I went, it's not a glass. There's just a small fence, but there is a kind of very big hole
Yeah, they have
in
like a
between,
distance.
so it
yeah.
can't jump to you. It's, but we never know.
No,
was
for me,
scared.
I was
when
gonna say,
when
let's
I went,
not.
When I went to Nairobi National
Tempt.
Park, because there's the national park, and there is this like it's called safari walk where
Yeah.
the animals are now caged. The guy there, we found him like it was feeding time.
Oh.
So the guy had the gate open to the cheetahs,
Oh,
and he told us, "Yeah, come in, touch it," and it was okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, come on in. Lose a finger. It's feeding time after all.
But the cheetah was very cool.
We're
and he
short
touched
on
it,
money and we need meat.
they give them.
Hey!
You know, at that time you're just behind like the guy.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are back, listeners. If you're just joining us here on What Are You Doing? What Are You Doing is filling out your possibly empty bucket list on places that we personally want to go to and also places that we would recommend in our country that you check out. If you have not done already, please go to NotTube. Check us out on Channel GFN. We are hanging out in the studio, a little hot, and chatting together, drinking a little bit of coffee here. So we were talking about places we could go with Elvis. We've talked about April's places in Gwangju. In Korea. We've got Jeju-do, Ulongdo, and Dokdo. If you have ever been to Jeju-do, Ulongdo, or Dokdo, and you want to mention anything about that, let us know, pound 9870. If you have ever been to the places that Elvis mentioned, which, you know,
The
would be
national park.
really cool.
Yeah.
Let us know as well, pound 9870, or you can go into the live chat on NotTube.
Yeah.
So we've got the live park, we've got the city next to the ocean.
Yeah.
Is there any other place you would like to mention?
The last place I wanna introduce is like it's like a stack of stones. Yeah.
Okay.
We call it Kit Mikai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kit Mikai.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kit Mikai, which is like a rock formation where like we have several stones. They are really bulky stones. If you look at the picture on YouTube, and they are stacked on top of each other. Yeah. So it has like it goes with a legend, like the formation of the stones.
Yes. Oh, they're huge.
They're
Yeah.
naturally stacked.
Yeah.
Naturally stacked.
They have been like that since. So there's actually a legend surrounding like the stacking. Like 옛날에 어느 아저씨 있었는데 그 아저씨 그 낮이면은 그 돌에 있는 동굴 가서 거기 지내는 거 좋아했어요 많이. 그래서 자기 아내가 항상 아침 식사랑 점심 식사 갖다 줬어요 여기. Yeah, she always took him his breakfast and lunch.
Right.
Yeah. And when the other people, the village people would ask, "Oh, 남편이 어디 있어요?" and she would answer, "He went to see his first wife."
Oh.
Yeah. So because he really loved the rock, yeah. So it kind of became like his first wife. Yeah. So in the local language, Mikai means first wife, and Kit means the stone. So that's why they know the stone is Kit
First
Mikai.
flight of stone.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's
Mikai.
so cool how it looks like it's
Yeah,
stacked.
right.
Yeah.
When you were first talking about it before I saw the picture, I was thinking more of like what the Inuit in Canada, the Inukshuk, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, the towers when they're marking trails and stuff where they just pile stones. I've even seen them in Korea, the piled stones
Right.
up, right?
Yeah.
But no, that's huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
And
Yeah.
natural.
and naturally, like
Yeah.
it looks like it's stacked. So
Yeah.
that's so cool.
So they believe traditionally that it's like it represents the nuclear family.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh.
because it's kind of like the husband and then the first wife, second wife, third wife, and then like on the side is the son.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
Sure.
Polygamy.
That, right?
Polygamy there.
it's an
Right?
interesting
We're just going to brush over that part a little bit. Yes, lifestyle choices are different for everybody and everybody's
Yes.
culture, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think I would add at least 2 of your 3 places to my bucket list.
Yeah.
My must go visit.
Right. Yeah.
Doubtful I'll get to the free range animal park, but I think that's because I'm Usawa.
No, but for that you can actually do like an air balloon over the park actually. It's an
Oh,
option.
that's
Okay, well now
cool.
that I might do
Yeah.
far,
There's that
far
option.
away from
Yeah.
anyone.
Mm-hmm.
That's better.
As long
That's
as
better.
Oh, like
As
it'll
long
be
as it
beautiful to
doesn't
see
come
the
drizzling from
zebras
the sky.
walking by and stuff.
Oh, you fall on a lion?
Would you quit with that? Now I'm gonna have nightmares about lions.
Okay.
Saja.
Okay. I'm just keeping my. I really keep myself.
Then let's move on to you, Frank.
Yeah.
Where
Yep.
would you like to say we should go?
Alright, when 그 루안다는 제가 소개하고다 제가 진짜 가고 싶은 데가 있는데 I lived in there's a place called Kigali, the capital city of Rwanda.
Okay.
There's a place I really want to go to. It was built when I was in Korea,
Oh.
but it turned out to be like the most. Have you heard like the Basketball Africa League?
oh yeah.
It was first inaugurated this year,
Okay.
and it happened. It was done in Rwanda.
Mm.
So there's a big like basketball stadium called Kigali
Wow.
Arena.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can see it on YouTube. There's
Mm-hmm.
it's a round building.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of the biggest basketball stadiums.
Oh wow!
Yes,
Is
the one down
the
there.
colorful
huge.
or
Yeah.
on the bottom one?
Yeah, on the
Okay.
bottom
Oh.
one. The first picture on YouTube is like the kind of an overview of Kigali City.
Okay.
Yeah.
So down is the Kigali Arena,
Oh,
which is
wow.
really beautiful, and the building on the other side
The
with
colorful one?
colors. I've been there. It's called Kigali Convention Center.
Oh, right.
So as you can see, it has colors changing.
Yeah.
It depends on which event we are celebrating.
Oh,
That makes
cool.
sense, right?
Like if you remember, like 2018, like France won the World Cup. It had France flag.
Oh,
It depends on
cool.
what we are celebrating. in
Oh,
the country.
wow, cool.
The colors there is the national flag of Rwanda.
Yeah,
Blue,
I can see that.
green, and
Yeah.
yellow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Kigali City. I really want to visit these places anytime I'm in Kigali.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So when it comes to the second place, I will mention the Volcanoes National Park.
Oh.
The place is closed. The animals are not free as in Kenya.
Okay.
So
I'm liking it already.
if you go to the Volcanoes National Park, you can, the most famous thing is the gorillas.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe you might like Americans really like the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I've seen on many SNS platforms they say
Mm-hmm.
these famous people.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Do you know like Marjorie,
Right.
Steve Harvey's wife?
Right.
Like recently she went there,
Mm.
and that was like kind of big news in Rwanda.
Oh, okay.
So many people like to visit there, and I want to visit there. I've never been there.
Right.
Mhm.
하지만
Oh,
gorilla
wow.
위험.
Yeah, you will see the gorillas.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a chain of volcanoes. It's not one volcano.
Are they active?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
No, they're inactive.
Oh, it's
They're
finished.
inactive
For
Okay.
now, yeah.
For now.
So, and most of all, like if you check on YouTube, the picture down,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think it is?
Is that a skull or like what?
I was gonna say they look like weird 8-shaped
Oh,
rocks
no,
or
like,
something.
it looks like
So-
the places to stay.
That's a hotel.
Oh,
Oh.
The hotel in the
that's
park.
so cool.
So you just go there. If you check inside,
Oh.
it's a traditional Rwandan. Like the decorations are all traditional
Oh,
Rwandan.
yeah.
Right.
That's so cool.
It's a luxury hotel, I
Yeah.
guess.
Probably.
And I want to stay there at least once.
I think
One
I do
night,
too.
yeah.
They just look like I don't know if it's because of the picture. Listeners, it looks like just rocks set into the ground. Like
It's like goblin houses.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
They are not rocks. They are really houses built. I think it's not like normal roofs like we can
Right.
see in houses there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's made like with wood stuff like that,
Oh,
but
I see.
they are very
Mhm.
strong and very attractive. Like
Yeah.
If
many
they're
people like going there.
traditional, I'm sure that they're meant to go with the environment to
Yeah.
keep you.
Mhm,
Yes,
environmental. Yeah.
And something amazing about the volcanoes, if you want to see the gorillas, you have to climb the mountain.
Oh wow.
Kunsan. You have to be ready to.
No,
I would love
no
that.
air balloon to take you up.
No cable cars.
People like April will like the place.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's go climbing.
Yay.
The
They'll
highest,
leave me at home, eh?
the highest volcano we have is about, I'm not sure about it, it's more than 4,000
Wow,
meters.
that's high.
High.
That's a
fine.
That's the
large
tallest mountain in Rwanda.
Like,
Like
I need oxygen.
4.5. So
Right?
That height.
How long has it been dormant for as far back as you guys can remember?
since I was born, I've never
Well,
heard anything.
obviously, you know.
At
but
least
like-
that's a standard.
More than
since I was
100
born.
years, yeah.
It's been a long time since.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah, but if you really go to Rwanda, you can't miss Kigali city or the volcanoes.
Yeah.
That's something you have to.
Oh, that's so cool.
Same way as you come to Korea, if you don't know maybe Jeju or something, they say, "Oh, what do you know in
Right.
Korea?" Same
Yeah.
thing in Rwanda.
Yeah.
You have to go there.
Very cool.
Cool.
Listeners, I'm curious if there's any places that we've mentioned today that you guys would like to go to. We have a teeny bit of time, so I'm going to say my place. If you go to Canada, well, my province in Canada, if you go to Ontario, I think the place you really need to check out is Niagara Falls.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the
shares-
number one.
Right? It shares a border with America. There's the American side of the falls, and then the bigger part is the Canadian side. You can ride a boat almost right to the edge of where the
Right.
falls hit. It's called the Maid of the Mist. You get soaked. You have to wear, Oh yes, there's some pictures there for you. Different seasons, obviously. Even in winter, you can go. The ice will freeze over, but the falls never freeze.
Oh.
So you can see them, beautiful ice sculptures. The other one is Sault Ste. Marie among the Hurons. It's a little bit north in, I'd recommend it for anyone who wants some more cultural, historical learning. You literally can go and see what people were living in, the first settlers kind of area that they lived in, how they trapped and hunted. And you get a genuine experience where they have actors who roam around the grounds in actual garb from the time. So that is my recommendation for you to check out if you end up going to Canada. But if you end up going to Canada to Ontario,
Yes.
April would probably have one I think there's this massive forest in BC.
Of course. And you can, I recommend Banff.
Yes.
Mountains.
Oh, yes. And it doesn't even matter if you're not going there for skiing. If you go in the summertime, they're
It's amazing.
beautiful. They've got 400-year-old trees there that are massive.
Lake Louis.
Oh.
Lake
Yes,
Louis.
right?
Definitely.
Sadly, though, listeners, we have run out of time for What Are You Doing on the Radio for today. So, 여러분, 안녕하세요. 다음 주 만나요.
See you guys.
Unfortunately, it is also the end of Hello Korea for today on the radio. Thank you for joining me. We hope you enjoyed your time. Earlier in the show, we asked you what kind of animal Pororo is, the cute little guy. We gave you the choice of rabbit, penguin, or tiger. Of course, you know Pororo is a penguin. Coming up tomorrow, we'll bring you the latest cultural news, and we will have our daily quiz. Suli will be in the studio with me tomorrow for foodie trends in Korea. And lastly, Gogo will be here to talk about life with a family and navigating that road on Juma Talk. You can join us 10:05 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. Monday to Friday right here on GFN, 98.7 FM in Gwangju and 93.7 FM in Yeosu. Stay tuned for live coronavirus updates from TBS Seoul. Have a great day. We'll meet you back here tomorrow. The last song for our show for today will be this track by Cool. It's called One Summer Drive. So, if you want something educational about how Native Americans in Canada and the colonizers from many different, usually French, how they coexisted, it can get a little bit real. Some people actually live there year round and live like that. So I went one time with my parents when I was a bit younger. We walked into one of the places. I don't know what you call it exactly, but they had ducks, chickens that had been,
Oh,
yeah.
The hell? Okay.
In the traditional way. So they use all the things they use there. They make bread there. They actually have a working blacksmith there.
oh wow.
But it's all using things as if it were naturally back in the time. It's literally stepping back in history.
time travel.
Right. So it's pretty cool, but very realistic because
Yes.
they actually still cook. They let you eat the bread too. Like if you get the certain time where they've got fresh bread making, but it must be so hot in summertime. They run it
my
year
God.
round.
Even
right?
blacksmith.
Even the blacksmith.
No.
So you go in and you're just like, oh my God, it's so hot in here. But like I got to keep one of the nails he made at once because we were like the only people there at the time. I was like, yay, can I have that? He's like, sure, go ahead. I make like tens of them, every day. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I think that's all the time we have for today
Yep.
for Notu. Yes. All right. 여러분 안녕하세요.
Bye.
Bye, 다음 주에
다음 주에 만나요.